Alright, folks, it's finally come and gone, and it's over. Daredevil Born Again has aired its ninth and final episode for this season, and it's done. It's out there for us to enjoy. Let's talk about Daredevil Born Again. It's a very interesting thing to even sit here and try to review or analyze because it doesn't exist in a vacuum like the other Marvel MCU shows. Like even WandaVision or Loki or Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you have to have seen the movies that lead into them, right? But it's like it's a new thing. Daredevil Born Again is stuck between trying to be a new imagining of the character with these actors playing them and a continuation of the Netflix series. So with that being said, it's probably best enjoyed as, or probably best experienced as a Daredevil season 4. And looking at it through that lens, I have to say straight up, right off the top, I didn't like it. And that's really heartbreaking because Daredevil is one of the best television shows I've ever seen in my life. It's in my top 5 and it will probably stay there forever. I think it's in my top 3. I think it's in my top 2. I think the only thing that it's behind is Avatar: The Last Airbender. And it's funny because like if you're considering it to be Daredevil season 4, then that means that the even number seasons are the weaker ones, but this doesn't even scratch the worst season of Daredevil, which is season 2. But it's dragged down by a lot of the same things as Daredevil season 2. For one, it's too busy. It keeps playing like hot potato with like who's the main villain of the season. You know, I'll get into mild spoiler territory. At the very beginning, you think it's going to be Bullseye, but then he just goes to prison and disappears for a while. And then the show is a little bit unfocused other than just like dealing with Fisk becoming mayor, and you're wondering like, well, how long is this, you know, going straight thing going to last? How long until he's back to being Kingpin? And then it's like, oh well, here's Muse, and then Muse is gone. He's dealt with very unceremoniously. I think he's in maybe 3 of the 9 episodes. Um, and then he's just gone. And then Bullseye comes back, and then the main villain just ends up being Kingpin again. And it's like, okay, what was the point of all that? what are we doing here? They made a huge deal about the Punisher being back. Frank Castle appears in 2 episodes, and only does Punisher stuff in 1 of them, and is on screen for maybe a combined 6 minutes. And it's like, oh, they brought back Karen and Foggy. Well, if you watch the show, then you know the thing about that. You know, they are not in the majority of the show. And so they've been replaced with these new characters. Like there's Cherry and there's... God, I can't remember his attorney partner's name. But like, we've got like BB Urick, and there's all these new characters that are supposed to like fill the shoes of the original Netflix cast, and they're just not interesting. I don't remember most of their names. I really don't. And so much of it just feels like wasted time by the time it's over. Like, did like the original show finds a way to balance the attorney side of Matt Murdock and the Catholic side of Matt Murdock and the Daredevil side of Matt Murdock. This show doesn't spend any time talking about his religion worth anything. I don't think he prays other than like in the season premiere. He never goes to church. He doesn't talk to his dad, or well, you know, like because like in season 3 he would like have conversations with like a hallucination of his father, or he would like say something that was meant for his dad to hear because he believes his dad is in heaven, right? None of that is in this show, and the lawyer stuff is dropped pretty much at the beginning of the season because one thing that happens when you have 4 fewer episodes than the original seasons of the show is that there's just less time for everything, but the show was trying to do more. And it's like there's so much major development for both plot and character that's blink if you miss it. And it's shocking because the show feels like it's simultaneously spinning its wheels, just idling, while also moving at breakneck speed. And I just don't think that that's how you tell a good story. I don't think that's conducive to entertaining television or comprehensive television. It's just, the show just felt so scatterbrained pretty much at all times, and it was just difficult to enjoy for that reason. The show is hyper violent, which is fine, I guess. And it's very R-rated. It's very bloody, very gory, very violent, and there's a lot of foul language. You'll realize though in hindsight that the Netflix version of the show didn't have all of that. Because it didn't need all of that. The show doesn't have to have 50 F-bombs in an episode and have to have people's, bones getting snapped and blood spraying all over the screen. That's mostly CGI blood and stuff like that just to be entertaining. Daredevil doesn't, need to be snapping people's arms and legs and stuff in order to enjoy the show. That's not what made the original show, and it didn't need that to be good. And so it's just frustrating to see that the point was so thoroughly missed, I guess, is the thing that I would say. It's like the, they missed the mark, they missed the point, they missed everything that made that show special. Foggy, Matt, and Karen as characters together are the backbone of that show. When you take two of them away, even if you leave Matt behind as the main guy, it still doesn't work. Season 3 got a whole lot better when Matt started interacting with Karen and Foggy again. I just don't understand. And then, you spend a good portion of the season wondering, how did Fisk even get out of prison? I'm not going to worry about people voting for him despite knowing he's a criminal because of recent events. That seems more plausible than it would have 5 or 6 years ago. But I don't understand the way that it was explained away. I'll go ahead and spoil this. They basically pinned the whole thing on Agent Nadim from season 3, and that's how Fisk got out of prison. I don't think so, though, because Nadim's deathbed confession, his testimony from a dead man, is what got Fisk thrown in prison in the first place. So how do you use that exact same piece of evidence to overturn a conviction? That doesn't make any sense from a legal standpoint, and things not making sense from a legal standpoint is not good for your TV show that's about a lawyer. And then, it gets to a point. I also wanted to point out that the show looks really bad. I think that the thing that was running through my mind the absolute most when I was watching the show was, that looks fake. That background looks extremely fake. It always looked like a green screen, even when I knew it wasn't, and I would know that it's not based on set photos that got leaked of John Bernthal and Charlie Cox standing in the street. I would see the two of them as Matt Murdock and Frank Castle in the episode and still think it was a fake scene because of just how fake it looks. Every shot looks fake. And then the last 2 episodes, which I found out were the only ones that are brand new, because the show got Frankenstein together basically. They reworked and reconceived, I guess, the plot of the show 85 times. It was supposed to be this, and then it wasn't. It was supposed to be that, and then it wasn't. But the last 2 episodes were pretty much brand new from the ground up. No bones left over from the original scripts. But they looked the worst. They were washed out and super pale and bright at the same time. You couldn't see half the time. And I also think about how when the show first got announced, it was supposed to be an 18 episode limited series. I think maybe we should have done those 18 episodes. I know it seems like a lot, but it's it would have given us more time. But by the end of the season, New York is in a perilous situation. And it's a citywide thing. It's not just a Hell's Kitchen, not just a Manhattan. The whole of New York City is under threat. And it's where's everybody else? I know you probably can't put Spider-Man in it. I get that. That's a Sony thing. I wish they'd play ball because Spider-Man should show up. But there needs to be an in-universe reason for people that don't know the behind-the-scenes stuff that are wondering where's Spider-Man. Where's Doctor Strange? Where's Captain America? Where's Luke Cage? Where's Iron Fist? Where's Jessica Jones? Why is it just Punisher, Daredevil, Swordsman? Where's Hawkeye? Where are either of the Hawkeyes? It's just I don't get it, especially with the whole we need an army thing. That element just feels so weak and hollow, empty, and Jesus Christ, the entire show was so aggravating. I tried so hard to like it. I wanted so badly to like it because I love the Daredevil show so much. What I'm probably gonna do is rewatch the first 3 seasons to get the taste of Born Again out of my mouth. I'm not interested in Born Again season 2. I, I I've never felt this way because I typically have not liked the Marvel Disney Plus shows. I didn't like WandaVision. I started it. I liked it at the beginning, just like with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I liked it at the beginning. Loki, I liked it at the beginning, but by the end, I was no longer interested. What If? I thought was quite bad as well. Didn't watch Miss Marvel or Secret Invasion. I watched Moon Knight, liked it at the beginning, hated it by the end. And like, I just thought Daredevil would be different. I don't know why. I guess the trend here has not been that I enjoy these projects very much. It is my most hated MCU project since Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which is a shocker. To be fair, though, in that time, I've only seen Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, 2 episodes of Loki Season 2, Deadpool and Wolverine, and Captain America Brave New World. So there's not a whole lot for me to compare it to. But dude, Daredevil Born Again, put on a scale of 1 to 10, a 3 at best. There's a couple episodes I liked. I really liked when Matt Murdock was in court. That's when I thought the show was at its best. But that's really only one episode. And then I thought episode 8 was pretty cool because Bullseye was back. And then he went away. Jesus Christ. Man. And they're doing like a special presentation for Punisher next year, I think, or something like that. You can keep it. I don't want it. It's gonna be written probably even worse than Punisher season 2, and I just don't have it in me anymore, man. I don't have it in me. There's more I could say, but what would be the point? If you're watching this video, you've probably already watched the season, and you either agree with me or you don't. But if you have gotten to this point in the video and you've watched Daredevil Born Again, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. Did you like it? How does it stack up to the original show? Are you excited for season 2? And who's your favorite Marvel superhero? Unless it's Spider-Man. If it's Spider-Man, don't tell me. But if it's anybody else, feel free to tell me. And while you're down there, why don't you go ahead and check out the Patreon? Alright, that's enough. I'll see you later.